Go buy them. This is a flaming, roaring lion that's you. I'm talking about the size of a building.
Formula 1 cars on biofuels.
Hello and welcome. This is Tomorrow's Guardians. This is a bit of a new location. It was a surprise, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm Enrique.
I am Fetullah.
And well, the topic I brought today is a bit of a, it's about holograms, right? So what catch my eye the first time was, well, I saw this the reopened of a stadium with a realistic lion roaring over the crowds, and people went crazy because it's a flaming, roaring lion that's you. I'm talking about the size of a building, and it was so realistic, and it was a hologram, and people went crazy. And the thing is, after I saw that, I wanted to do some more research, like, what about new technology? What's happening with holograms? And not just the lion, but earlier this year, League of Legends had like a ceremony opening for the championships of a holographic effect as well. So so what I went to is just like check what kind of new technology is happening in holographic technology. Basically, they're making new printers, holographic printers. Like you design something or you scan something, and it will project it on a table of some sort. And obviously, it's been around a long time, but the technology they've been improving the cost of it, because that's the problem, right? To use less lasers, less money, to get like more prototypes of cheaper ways of getting holographic printers, because then you can set up. We'll get there. Just to produce like a 3D model, like of a house or just anything immediately, instead of like waiting 4 hours for a tiny model of plastic figurine of a 3D printer, right? This is a hologram. Bam, instant after design, obviously, but it's the same concept. So tell me, Fetullah, have you ever seen a hologram before?
Of course, I have seen I have seen that one guy who live in New York, from France in Paris, as I remember, they got his hologram in the studio, and they were listening to him, but not his real body, his hologram.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know, I was just really surprised, and I just thought that how technology has been improving since the Industrial Revolution.
Hologram Skype, right?
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. But basically the main goal is to make it more inexpensive and as possible to get it out to the people, just like 3D printers did. Like the difficult part was they made it full parallax to make it to be able to view it from all directions. That was the difficult part they struggled with. They did have a lot of past drawbacks and learned from it a lot. And basically, like that man, in the future, this is what they're pushing for, because it's going to bring such a big audience of it. But I can't really go into technicalities of it, because it's like hertz and like lights, like radiation or something, and I can't really explain that to you without taking an hour.
I kind of like fancy shows of these holograms, like that line saying. It has started like really.
It's going to.
It has been really common, yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen a water hologram show where they spray like a mist of water, and then they shine light against it. It was like a boat. It was so cool. But I can imagine lights is gonna be everywhere, like 3D hologram movies. Like imagine like you're in a soccer game, right? Just like in the middle of the field. I don't know. or like cheerleaders or something.
Yeah.
It's holograms are gonna start becoming like like an entertainment, huge entertainment. Like, yeah,
I mean, like people like in before like 30 years or 20 years ago, I believe that they wouldn't believe that this kind of thing wouldn't come out, like because
yeah, of course,
technology wasn't that improved in that time.
dude. TVs, bro, they didn't have any like digital high definition.
Yeah.
Like if they looked even at the TV of today, crazy. Now hologram, they will think it's a ghost,
Yeah.
or not a ghost because it's such good revolution that it's like it would be so like yeah, not unbelievable, right? And it still is. If you saw like one of these guys Skype holograms, or like these people went crazy when this lion were on the building just roaring. It's but this is what I imagine, right? Because just imagine a whole stadium of people and esports stars having the whole field as like a 3D battle arena, and then people just cheering for like giants fighting, you know, like robot giants fighting.
Yeah.
Like that's the future, man, that I'm seeing. And obviously, like advertisements and things like
Yeah.
that. It's gonna be as well very involved.
Especially as you said about advertisements, something like pop up in my mind, like especially that would work in New York Times Street,
Ah,
Times Square. Sorry, Times Square.
no problem.
Times
Everywhere.
Square. Because as you know that Times Square has many fancy advertisements, shows, like public.
Dude, Times Square is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Times Square. I mean, like
But yeah, man, that was my topic. Obviously, we can go so deep into this that insane.
yeah, and my topic is about like today is about Formula One cars, racing cars. I mean, Formula One cars on biofuels could cut greenhouse gas emissions
Mm.
by 2030. Like,
That's a lot sooner than they anticipated.
yeah, like
Wow.
that's a good thing,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Formula One produces the equivalent of 256,000 tons of carbon dioxide on and off the track over a season. That's a really high number, as we can
That
see.
is way too high.
But Formula One boss Chase Carey says biofuel will increasingly be used in race cars.
Mm.
Like, Mr. Enrique, how is your reaction to these statements? Like, what is...
Well, obviously, I'm glad because a ton of racing championships and leagues are run off of like obviously old-fashioned fuel
yeah,
that has been polluting the air. So if they can just change every leak with biofuel, that hopefully they'll do that, right?
hopefully will decrease that greenhouse gas sink around the world, because as you know that the ozone layer started to become like
It's been getting thinner, yeah.
thinner and thinner by the time passes every
Yes.
day. I mean, and like we should find a proper solution to this issue as soon as possible. Like
Yes.
maybe you saw her. I'm not sure, but Greta Thunberg.
I think there's a ton of solutions. We just should start implying them.
As you know, there's a famous Formula One race driver, Lewis Hamilton, and other F1 drivers and teams are supportive of the new zero carbon target. The net zero target will apply across the business. Uh, like, what is the like? How is this decision will affect the future? What do you think about it, Mr. Enrique?
Well, obviously, drag cars, drifting cars, Formula One cars, rally cars, bikes, like you name it, they all run on these old-fashioned fuels that are polluting. And if they can just reduce their carbon footprint by even just 10%, which is more, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna reduce way more. It's gonna change the massive impact, and it's just gonna be for a short while. I think for another 10 years, then we're gonna like transfer to like hydrogen powered or electric powered cars. So just hang in there. Go to like these biofuels.
As you can see, because of the increasing rate of carbon dioxide gas around the world, many people have started to protest these some companies, some political.
Yeah, Greta as well, right?
Yeah, Greta Thunberg, like Greta
Yeah,
Thunberg. Do you think, like, and some people, I don't know why, but claim it is as a hoax, as a fake, and an artificial thing that some people, yeah, like, what do you think about this?
They've been replicating like a lot of natural thing. They've been. I saw like a month ago they replicated like photosynthesis of a plant, and they like in the last week they increased like solar cells that naturally builds a lot more. But why not like biogas, right? It could run even better, healthier for your engine.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. No English. We couldn't find a class, so we... Thank you. Yeah, on that note,
Sorry for the inconvenience, guys.
we told you there's no class we could find, so... You were saying,
Yeah.
what do you think the future holds for biofuel? Trucks?
Like, I guess it will affect all types of machines type systems, not only vehicles. Like machines in factories,
Yes.
machines around the world,
Like just imagine like replacing normal gas with biofuel in generators, bikes, scooters, trucks, tractors, farming equipment. That would change the like carbon footprint insanely huge, right? As soon as this is like enforced into like all these petrol gas stations, I think that's the next thing, man. Or it's gonna like all these like big companies with like oil and like fuel is gonna, you know, overpower these small bio companies compared to their size, obviously. I don't know. It's gonna be a logistics problem. Do you have anything else you want to add?
no, thank you.
Yes. Well, this was a bit more uncomfortable than usual, so. Well, not the couch. The couch is pretty nice. Just the situation where it's not interrupted. But in any case, this was tomorrow's Guardians, and I'm Enrique.
I am Fethullah.
Have a nice day.
See you.